All right, I finally got a chance to watch Bill and Ted 3, Bill and Ted Face the Music. I was very excited about this. I wanted to see this one theatrically, but did not make it to the theaters. And I really am not big about buying digital media or renting things like that. If I want the experience, I want the experience at home. And finally had the opportunity to buy the DVD. The DVD became pre-orderable. I pre-ordered it, shipped out, watched it. Here I am to give you a little bit of thoughts about it. So like Bill and Ted 1, Bill and Ted 2 are like two of my favorite movies of all time. I think Bill and Ted 2 is one of the examples of a sequel that is better than an original. I think this one, though, not exactly that. I think this is fun. I think if you're a Bill and Ted fan, there's a lot of things there, some fan service stuff for you, but I think ultimately they did wait a while here. This was in a kind of limbo hell of waiting for a movie to get made where they wanted to make it, but it just wasn't happening. Production wasn't going the way they wanted to. And then finally we do have it, and it's awesome. We got Alex Winters, we got Keanu Reeves, but it's a little bit past the point when it would have been like that hard impact. I think it lost some of its audience along the way.
Be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.
I think that while this is a fun movie, I don't think that it nails everything that was Bill and Ted, 1 and 2. It's a big feature on their kids in this one. I think Keanu Reeves' daughter fucking nails it. I think she has the mannerism. She looks like Keanu Reeves' daughter. And while I love Alex Winter's daughter in this, I think she's great in other things. I like her in The Babysitter. I like her in Guns Akimbo. I don't know that she nails this. I think that this is a fun movie that brings in, we have the thing, we're going back in time, we're grabbing different people, we're going to make this super group type of a thing, and that's cool. But I don't know, it just something about it felt like somebody trying to make a Bill and Ted movie more than a Bill and Ted movie. Do I think it's worth watching? Yes, I do think that. I think this is a fun movie, a good afternoon, a good time to have. It's family friendly. It's something you could watch with the kids, and I think that's important too. But ultimately, if you're like a diehard Bill and Ted person, you're gonna in two parts like and hate this. You're gonna be like, oh, it's Bill and Ted, so I'm gonna watch anything Bill and Ted. Like if you're a big Bill and Ted person, you've watched the cartoon, you've watched the TV series, you've gone through these things. But this one feels just slightly different than those things, and it might just be the generation that's made and who it's made for. I have some problems with the ending and some things along the way here, but I think it tried to do something, and it might even just be the expectations you get for forever between movies, that you're like, okay, you've had so much time to really work this out and knock it out and do this thing, and you're like, to hit that is difficult, and I understand that, and I just feel like this fell short of what I would have wanted as a viewer. But it's a fun movie. It's got great things. You see them jumping throughout their timelines here. Some of their timeline stuff feels like it doesn't make sense to me, and I think there's some issues there. I have an ultimate issue with the big conclusion here and how they do unite the world through song. But I'd say it's certainly worth watching. It's fun. It's a decent budgeted movie with $25 million. I don't think it's going to make that money back, so I don't think we're going to see a Bill and Ted 4. All the things I said about criticisms with this movie, I still would 100% watch a Bill and Ted 4. I will watch whatever they do for the foreseeable future, which might not be very much longer in this franchise. There's some new comic book stuff coming out soon, and that's pretty cool, but ultimately, I'd give this a 7 maybe, and that's riding a hard nostalgia trip. I think, if you're a new person coming to this and don't know Bill and Ted, I don't think this would score nearly as high for you. But that's just one man's opinion. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.